Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome to what is a very fun video here for Tuesday. Now this one in particular is going over some of the champions that have been teased in the current motion comic, which is the one called Kings of the Jungle. So as a lot of us know, there's going to be some things that are on screen right now, which are the dead giveaways. We'll go over the ones that are more obvious, I think, to kind of say like, there's been questions whether or not in the puzzle that we would be getting certain champions, and I think even Kabam confirmed that down the line we'd be receiving a Sandman in the game, and as well like some other kind of champions like Adam Warlock. But who is in Kraven the Hunter's little evidence and stuff? Well, first of all, it's this right here. So you see an M bench. M-Bench or Morris Bench. I don't know why I said it so weird. Morris Bench, and then he said Marvel Bench. I don't know why. You would think of a bench being Marvel, but yeah, look. So Morris Bench is HydroMan, and so that's why you know, of course, like what's on his desk is indeed like, well, it's right there. It's like it's water. There's also one that's below it, which is W Baker, and W Baker, for those that don't know, is indeed William Baker, aka Sandman. So that's really kind of like cool in any case to have those nods. Sad that like some of the remnants of them are kind of like, okay, well, it's water, HydroMan, and Sandman. There's like some sand there on his tabletop. God, Kraven's a little bit of a cheeky bugger when it comes to like, you know, what parts he keeps of certain characters. But those would be two amazing characters if, like, you know, Kabam, I wouldn't say that this is necessarily 100% confirmed, but definitely something Kabam have said down the line that they are looking to put in interviews with Gabriel Frazera, Adam Warlock, Sandman, and look, let's face it, with the puzzle and lots of different kind of like Spider-Verse champions, it looks like this could open up these two definitely for, you know, 2022. Especially when you look into like the bottom right area and below Mysterio, there's several things here that kind of link off. Rhino to Scorpion, could be any like Spider-Verse hero, Spider-Verse villain, sorry, and you know, Sandman right there. And it's like, it's so, you know, weird what you could do with like Kraven the Hunter, because Kraven kind of like could go off of various different things from a hunting standpoint, from enemy standpoint, from story standpoint. It could even be fitted into this section here when it comes to the Spider-Verse champions, or Spider-Verse enemy champions, so to speak. I mean, even like HydroMan has his links. He has his links to Rhino, being the fact that he was a member of the Sinister Syndicate. Yes, there was a syndicate program of Sinisters. So, hey, you know, there's not just the Sinister Six. There's the Syndicate as well, which does kind of make sense from an offshoot from right here, Rhino. So yeah, like anything can really happen when it comes to this, and or it could just be like a happy coincidence or a placeholder. The same way that we saw that that Hunting of Mutants type mural in the background of like some previous thing, and there was the name of Legion. I think there was the name of Dazzler and several other heroes which we still haven't seen that are mutant related. So yeah, lots of openings for more characters and heroes and villains. But the thing is, there's actually a lot more openings, which, you know, I'm even surprised at. Like, this is actually a Marvel character. Yes, Anubis is a Marvel character. Just first I looked at it and I was like, okay, well, I like Egyptology, but I don't think that there's any kind of like tie-in right here. But then it's like, right, there is a Marvel character called Anubis. So, hey, what if Kraven the Hunter went after the hat or headpiece of Anubis? But the more I kind of looked into this, and something that I learned today was that the way that Anubis factors into it is actually under a different alias, and how the character of Anubis and Jackal are actually the, well, technically same character, in that it's kind of like Miles Warren, and you kind of like, okay, well, what's the deal with the Anubis mask? Well, again, let's just fully explain this. Well, the mask itself is a Jackal mask. Jackal the character, Jackal the mask, and you know, I'm learning something, or how Anubis was kind of like based on like from Egypt side of things. Do you know, that's something I like, Egypt stuff, but I'm like, I never properly knew that. So it's kind of a case of like, I learned something as well. Like, Jackal is a Jackal, but there's a different character in Marvel, does a lot of stuff, but at the same time, the Egypt side of things is like, well, it's just the head of a jackal. There's not really much to the character except that it's got superhuman strength, speed, agility, jump, leaping, has some things, interaction with Gwen Stacy, can be a little bit past in the Spider-Verse, so this could be something down the line Kabam could look into, but I just don't know if there's anything kind of like too extensive that's kind of interesting about the character, but it's another Spider-Verse villain. Now, I don't really know when it comes to like the Spider-Man costume, the headpiece, where this is from. Is it the symbiote version from the likes of, well, what could be a future version? January's right around the corner, and maybe Kabam might kind of do a special kind of suit, new suit, in conjunction with the release of the Spider-Man, what is it, No Way Home film, and maybe that's the thing. Maybe this as well as a nod to like the Tobey Maguire symbiote suit as well. This is not too like the one that's in game, but you know, it is what it is. What else is in this particular element of teasing? Well, there is something in particular, and that is that's right there. That is Chameleon, and that more than likely is Hobgoblin. So you could see like a whole host of Spider-Verse villains coming in. Hobgoblin would be amazing. It's one character I would have hoped for a long time ago they would put in, but you know, they've got the things for Red Goblin. They've gone for other versions of like them, and not kind of like really thought about putting in Hobgoblin. And I also thought that was, you know, one of the most vicious ones to put in. But hey, you know, there's also, as we said, there is the option of having a Chameleon, which is another Russian as well, and he's the half brother of Kraven the Hunter. So you kind of you learn something again, like you learn something new every day about like the association with these two characters. I mean, look, you know, there's that there like half brothers. Ooh, that's a very kind of classic kind of look there. That's more kind of like 70s look, isn't it, for kind of Kraven the Hunter. So yeah, more could come. Now, depending when to go with Chameleon, if they brought him into MCOC, he didn't have any powers, and then later on, the Chameleon's powers are made innate as an experimental serum renders his flesh malleable, the pigmentation of his skin, and even the nature of the epidermis have been surgically and mutationally altered by a serum so that he can instantly take on the physical appearance of any person and will allow him to look imitate and impersonate other various individuals. So it's like, yeah, he's able to then kind of like morph. So it's kind of like, well, morph, and you know, well, that would be interesting because we don't have what's the name in game, Mystique. So it's like, I don't think they'll be able to do this, but you know, you never know with this. There's also something else which I'm not 100% sure on. It's like a, well, and again, I don't really know. It's like a light fitting for a car of some kind. That's kind of right there. I didn't know if it had any kind of like relation to anything. It's probably something to do with some sort of like villain or something in Kraven's fighting past, like a robot of some kind. So that confirms what that is. That's probably the only one I've not been able to kind of properly ascertain. But yeah, it definitely looks like there's a lot. Even like looking here, trying to see if there's anything in particular. I mean, there's a spider kind of like out there. Loads of different types of symbiotes. Right, again, trying to look. There's a moose. Yeah, there's maybe some other stuff, but it's like it's one of these things where it doesn't necessarily 100% confirm that these characters are coming to the game. But it's definitely cool to have some of these nods to other things that he has maybe hunted over the years. So yeah, live in hope. There could see some of these characters. Those have been all the Easter eggs from this particular image right here. And yeah, this has been a little video on this one. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure to keep up to date with a lot of stuff that's going down in the community. Lots of videos to post this week. So yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to December. Make sure as well to check out some other content located on screen right now. And I will see you in the next video, which should look at the side event rewards totals breakdowns. I'll see you in that video. Have a good one, whatever you're doing. And bye-bye for now.